And this one says, happy birthday to my dear one, Miss Priscilla Mamiesi, the hair of Galaxy Perfumery Accra Mall. I wish her good health and good wealth in everything she does, and it's from Anku Lechu to you.
Okay, I suppose it's time to turn to Facebook and see who we have there today. And let's start with George Boating. It's George's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Also, Osofo Esther, Ni Kome, Kofi Sechi, Patrick A.B., Patience Fumi, Gabienu, Ajay Chred Dudu, Kwame Jan. Is this the Kwame Jan we know? And Kweku Amia Wekumfi, my childhood
sure
friend.
It's the Kwame Jan we know.
My childhood friend Kweku Amia Wekumfi used to be my next door neighbor, son of Professor Christopher Amia Wekumfi. It's his birthday today. Yes, of course, 19th April. I always used to remember this day. Yes, Pintum, happy birthday to you. All right then. The Joy Sports Center
It's brought to you by
MTN. Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. Allianz Life Insurance, we secure your future. And DSTV, it's your moment. Okay. So, MTN is saying a big thank you to all of you lovely customers with special freebies to celebrate your special anniversary on the network. So they're saying if you've been part of the Yellow family for 5, 10, 15 or 20 years, MTN will spice up your special milestone with a whole 3 hours of MTN to MTN talk time and up to 1.5 gig to keep up with family and to share the day with everyone online. So, MTN is saying big ups to you and keep doing you only on MTN.
Now, at Total Energies, we continuously innovate. That is why we have redesigned our lubricant bottle into a modern and premium pack. The new Total Energies lubricant bottle is user-friendly with big side handle, which makes it easy to carry and pour. The cap is redesigned to avoid leaks and splashes when pouring, hence less oil loss. The new label, inspired by a car dashboard, has a QR code and displays product, marketing, and technical information for easier selection of the right products. This is performance at first sight. Same superior quality oil in the modern and premium bottle. Cots, keep your engine younger for
Longer. And only some investments suit you. Those are the ones we select. Now, using insights from global fund managers, Standard Chartered connects you to wealth opportunities that match your priorities. Join Priority Banking for tailored investments using insights from global fund managers as you enjoy your welcome gift. Terms and conditions apply. To join, call or SMS 0202-220-478 or email prioritybanking.gh@sc.com. Standard Chartered,
Here for good.
right? Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I see stories from the Asamoah interview.
Oh,
Yes.
Almighty Asamoah.
What did he say he
No,
traveled
Mighty
with?
power
Aye.
Asamoah.
You wait.
Aye.
What did he say he did what?
What did he say he traveled with?
No, he said he traveled with Mighty Power. It's Wokoti. You know Mighty Power when he says a Mighty Power.
Yeah.
Yes,
Poti.
So when he traveled for the first time, he made sure that he carried what he needed to represent his nation.
Yeah.
Hey, Hado. But guys, have you ever had to travel with anything like
Let's ask Ramon Aqua first.
suspicious, dubious, embarrassing, unseemly, unsightly, reputation damaging?
Like
Which one is reputation damaging?
frozen kinky.
You've carried frozen kinky to another country before.
Yes. It was somebody's own.
God butter your bread.
Mr. Aqua, say the truth.
Oh yeah, it was not my. Even though
But
I wish
you
I could take
carried
some
it for the
later on
person.
because £10 for 2 balls there. I've never been able to get my head around that.
No, but that can't get matter. No,
Charlie, it'd be terrible.
No,
No, but the frozen kenke,
No,
I
no.
can't big one. So the guy was watching me. Say,
He opened it and saw the kinky.
say yeah, you
At the
really,
airport.
Yes, you're really a student. Say, yes. What is in dispute?
The thing about kinky, especially fancy kinky, like it just looks so suspiciously wrapped.
Yeah. Nothing
You
can do
know,
about it. Yeah.
I wonder why they even allow people to just walk through, because it should be like the first thing someone wants to check in case you are carrying some wrong items into the country.
Because
Look,
they don't know when you're giving some dried fish and things to say. You have no clue.
You sent some before.
The last time you went to Cameroon, was it Gary or yourself? Somebody carried Shito and Gary. Was it Gary?
Yeah. In fact, we had first installment. Then we needed reinforcement. The people brought Gary. We say, hey, where are you? Okay, bring Gary, bring Wache, bring and frozen Wache like that. For 24 hours, still frozen. You know.
So was it that you intended to never try any of the Cameroonian
Oh, we
food?
tried a lot. But
But you were still focused on the Ghanaian.
Yeah, you always need a backup plan. Just in case things don't.
When in Rome, eat what Romans
Oh,
eat.
we're eating the romance.
This one is
You are
this
eating
one is
the
a Ghanaian
romance.
thing.
So you have to keep something somewhere so that in case of anything,
New headline from today's show. George Adu Jr. says we were eating the romance.
We're eating the romance.
It was Gary. Gary was the guy orchestrating this watching move.
But Kojo, you haven't told us what you had to,
Okay, so mine wasn't food.
That's what.
Honestly, I'll tell you, I have vowed never to carry food, across borders.
Okay, so you're that kind of guy.
I vowed never to do it because I saw something at JFK. Some respectable elderly guy with white hair, dressed nicely in his African wear. They stopped him at the airport, opened his things. Charlie, the first one was the momoni.
I knew it.
And look at this American immigration officer holding the fish by the tail and holding his nose with his other hand.
Like it's
What's
some
happening here?
disgusting thing.
But it is. It's
It's
rotten fish.
Not disgusting.
It's
Momoni
rotten
is-
fish.
Momoni is
And he's
traveling.
asking the old man, why are you traveling with rotten fish?
Say you don't know how sweet
And
this
the man was
They don't
standing
know,
there
they
like
don't know what is
the
going on.
feeling, the feeling.
But that wasn't
No, no,
all.
no, no.
That wasn't all. So then he took out a pair of jeans, unwrapped it, and there was a full dried akrantie.
Thank you.
Come on. You see, this is what you're talking about.
Wash akrantini jeans.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, I mean, after that episode, and people were whipping out their camera phones, and at that point, I said, minus me.
I can say.
So I'm sorry, I love you all, wherever you live in this world, but I'm not bringing you food. I am not
So
carrying
which
food.
one is worse? The guy who carried the bat meats and
Charlie.
the prekese?
Charlie,
But
some
you know,
will,
there are some
some
of the-
will.
There are some of the requests you cannot. Reject.
So I've actually
mother-in-law
carried,
says,
I've
"Where
actually
can you bring
carried,
this?" He say, "You bring."
I've actually
Where is
carried
he?
something embarrassing before.
Yes, you'll be forced to carry. Your
So,
wife says bring
but it wasn't food.
This one is not food.
It wasn't food.
But
So-
also don't say wife matter yet. Listen to the
So this was an auntie. Winston knows the story. This was an auntie of mine who wanted me to bring underwear to her daughter.
Thank you.
So she bought about 10, 12 packs of underwear, right? And that was the last thing I packed.
Yes.
So I laid them out on top of the suitcase.
my
Like
God.
you open the suitcase and it's just a treasure trove of drawers. So much of it. And I got to the airport and they opened up my case. And this man looked in the case, looked at me, looked in the case, looked at me, looked in the case, looked at me. And then he said, don't ask, don't tell. Then he closed the case. So now I'm trying to explain to him that, oh, it's not for me. He says, don't worry, young man, take your drawers. Go. Charlie. Some way.
take your drawers and go.
Take
And
your
Tell
drawers.
us what you have been forced to take. I mean, on our WhatsApp line.
Yes, and I think we can pick some calls.
Hey, why not? Let's take some calls.
Yes.
Listen, call
take
us.
some
Give us a
calls.
few calls. Have you ever had to carry something embarrassing across borders? Please, nothing illegal.
carry
We
things,
beg. We want only the legal stories.
One too was a problem for me.
So call us.
Not landing to.
Somewhere,
Mm.
North London to Cardiff, but that is intracity.
No, yeah, but that is the issue. Because in the train, the guys were looking around like, what is? Because that was hot kinky.
So ajib baby.
Hey, Charlie. No.
Anyway, call us 0302
And we're looking at
216
me like that.
541
I know the one.
055 111 Okay,
Oh, we have a call already.
0302. Oh, who's on? Who's
Wow.
calling? Who do we have? Hello.
Hello.
Let's see who we have. Hello.
Uncle Fu, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Papa Ansa,
Hey, Papa.
Pansa.
historian Amwa, good morning.
Hey, he's around. He said good
Westonia.
morning.
Okay. You see, today, in fact, Uncle Fu, you've really made my day. the dross thing.
They sent you today. The women
Have
come
a
and
nice
confess.
day. Have a nice day.
Have a Have a nice day too,
I'm sure his
Papa.
wife is in the car. The women come and confess. You have been sending us.
You have been sending us with some unfortunate items.
But how is that
You see,
embarrassing?
0302 216 541 055 111
They'll send
You
you
pa,
right.
what you asking? How is it embarrassing?
They will
A
send-
man opens his suitcase and it is
it's full of-
resplendent with multicolored
So just say,
underwear.
oh, you know these daughters.
Johnny be good.
Johnny.
be good.
Hey, me Johnny. Johnny
Johnny be good.
Hello,
How
good
you
morning.
doing? How you
Good
doing,
morning.
Johnny?
Good morning.
I got to Minneapolis and Paul with Gary.
Gary.
Yes,
Hey.
and there were about 10 of us. And first person got there, and the captain guy, do you have anything to declare?
Uh-huh.
They said, Gary. So he looked at it, looked at me, and then said, well, okay, what is it? I said, oh, it is cassava that has been processed.
Uh-huh.
And it's good, you can grain for good for breakfast. And he looked at me, squinted the eyes, and quizzical look on his face. He said, okay, you go.
You go.
The third person also said, Gary. I said, yeah, Gary. Well, okay. So
Wow.
the third person gets there. He says, you got Gary too. And he says,
Wait, be anu suban.
Gary, stop doing
I
this.
said I would like to invite him to Gary. Gary, taking all of us are laughing.
Oh.
It can be quite embarrassing if you take something and then
I know.
they get it from you and then they dump it into the trash can.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's so unnerving and so
I know.
embarrassing.
I know.
That's what happened with the Akrantie.
Oh yes, I can't.
They threw it into
No,
the bin.
ah.
Now Akrantie say jeans. You are not entering the
people
United
have traveled
States.
with Prekese. People have traveled with
some
Prekese.
way. Anyway, Ro is in Accra. Ro. Daddy Ro.
Roll.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wagwan,
Yes, sir.
wagwan,
Yes, sir.
wagwan,
Wagwan. Wagwan. Yes, sir. Wagwan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Charlie. I have two things, but for my trip to the US one with this thing, I don't really want to remember it, but
Oh.
I just want to do the West Coast one.
Okay. Uh-huh.
From since 2003, we were traveling to Liberia, the organization, government, the interim government and everything. So I decided to one time do a trip by road to Liberia. Get to Abidjan, from Abidjan, then you take the Donane area into Liberia. Master, I took STC from here.
Hey.
We got to, and in fact, even it wasn't me. It was one of our the Ghanaian female teachers who were teaching English in Abidjan. And Charlie, Oma Paki Kobe no dread and the Momone dread. And so we got to the immigration, which is after the border. Then you get into the immigration. Then there were some Ivorians in the bus. They went straight to immigration to complain about the nonsense in the bus and the fact that it was too much that the immigration shouldn't allow the bus to go. Oh, bro.
Oh.
How I gave it to the Ivorians and the immigration officer. I said, Master, you say this thing is smelling, but when your men come to my country, Ghana,
Hey.
the I love use that they do, the women they follow, this is the delicacies they use. So it became, and I was arguing strongly for my Ghanaian sisters. Meanwhile, and they were like, oh, and I was vigorously speaking to this immigration officer.
Defending our right to eat Kobe and Momone.
It is part of our delicacy.
Hallelujah.
When they come to Ghana and they do their love use with our women, this is what we use in getting their mind.
Oh my.
The aphrodisiac of Africa. Dennis is in Osu.
Dennis. Ken, Dennis.
Yes, man. Yes.
How
Yes,
you
sir.
doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
man.
Charlie, what did you carry across borders?
Okay, so I had Fanti Kinke.
Uh-huh.
I had Gary.
Yes.
I had Banku.
Oh, correct. You had
All
the
right.
tripartite, the trifecta.
And I was coming from Poland,
Eh, whoa.
making a transit through Dubai to Egypt and then to Ghana.
Oh my God.
And then when I got to Dubai, I don't know what happened, but there was a leakage.
Oh.
And I saw this Gary
making a mark line behind me.
Oh!
And this man just came and then stopped me and said, "Can you see what's happening?"
You are leaking, Gary.
I was just leaking. And then I just put out of the line, and then we had to check.
Oh, Charlie.
And they said, "There's a white substance we need to check." And then they started checking and then having a feel of it. And then one guy came and said, "Oh, this Gary." And I know this, but it's Gary.
This substance there, we know it.
I said,
We know it.
I said, "Yeah, I'm from Ghana." I said, "Oh, it's Gary.
We soak it, we don't sniff it.
I know.
My brother,
Okay.
you have suffered before.
Dennis, no.
Listen, we'll have to come back to this matter because it looks like people have stories. Hey, but it reinforces my position that I'm never carrying food. No. Meanwhile, if I travel to your country and you give me Ghana food too, I'll eat too. But I can't bring it. I'm sorry. Anyway,
we have to get into it.
Let's get into it.
I'm sure you're ready. Let's get into the Joy Sports Center. Coming up this morning. Not so good times at Barcelona. Barcelona fans upset at the Camp Nou following a 1-0 defeat to Cadiz in La Liga last night. And safe to say, the Catalan slim hopes for the Spanish league title have all but ended. We'll hear from Barcelona boss Xavi Hernandez later. In England, Jurgen Klopp's wait for the second Premier League trophy hinges somewhat on tonight's key Northwest derby fixture.
Out by Mina, smashed back by Salah, 100 on Derby Day. A Liverpool landmark goal in the game they most love to win.
Rashford sets himself up, the deflection takes it in, and Manchester United have won it 3 minutes into injury time. It took a big flick off Romain Says.
Henderson, Robertson, who's had a great week with Scotland. Robertson for Mane, and Liverpool lead in next to no time. Lashed in front of Gladys Street by Sadio Mane.
To Pogba! That is a stunning hit from Paul Pogba.
Liverpool will be looking to complete their first Premier League double over Manchester United since the 2013-2014 season. We have a preview ahead. Also coming up.
Olympic champion Paris Jepchirchir looking to win the Boston Marathon.
And she's going to do it in the final block, the final stride.
A Boston Marathon debut. What a battle. Paris Jepchirchir wins the Boston Marathon, a Kenyan victory. She points to the sky, stops her watch.
What a stretch run in Boston.
Arguably the best.
The best.
Oh, now she is pumping her fist. There's the smile.
Reigning Olympic champion Paris Jepchirchir capped the celebration of a half century of women on the Boston Marathon with a finish to top them all. We have reaction ahead, but first, former Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan says Ghana's poor attacking prowess is enough reason to lower expectation ahead of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The Black Stars qualified to the Mundial at the expense of Nigeria, courtesy 2 draws and superior advantage per their away goals rule, but are yet to win in the last 6 games. Ghana is yet to name a technical team for the World Cup assignment. But Asamoah Gyan, who has 6 World Cup goals to his credit, says the current team can hardly frighten opponents without a proper goal-scoring threat.
If I'm a coach and I play football, like my team goes to the field and we don't create chances enough, me, the coach, will be worried. I want my team to create chances and miss. When we miss, we know we will be able to create opportunities and everything. And that is the positive thing. And we have some days that everybody always, it wasn't your day, But when you don't create at all, and then we are watching and you don't create any chance at all, I'll be worried. This is a new generation altogether. Sometimes when we are going to play, you don't know where the goals will come from. It's a new team that we're building. Ghana is building. You see new faces, young players coming up. It's a new thing. We should lower our expectations, and then build the new team.
Because why should we lower our expectations for now?
Because we know we are Ghana. We have done it before. Coming to this level, we are Ghana. The players involved are not maybe ready enough, so we should give them time, to make sure they get there. A player going to replace Messi at Barcelona, it's pressure.
Yes, Gyan, who holds Ghana's all-time highest score record with 51 goals, has been a free agent since leaving Legon Cities last year. Now he has one club in mind should he want to resume competitive football.
International, I don't know. But locally, yes, that one I'm sure about that. If I want to play, I have to play locally.
Liberty or Hearts?
Kotoko. I'm a huge Kotoko fan.
Thank you.
Huge. For all these years, I was born in Accra. I admire them from afar. Some of the players I played with played in Accra so folk, who are my friends. So I can never disrespect Accra so folk, but I'm a Kotoko huge fan. It doesn't mean if I see Accra so folk I will be no. They are a huge club, but I've got my team that I support.
Asamoah Gyan has his great football stories catalogue in a book yet to be released on the 30th of April. And Joy Sports will update you on how you can get a copy. So we look forward to all of that. Let's move away from a former captain of the Black Stars to the current Black Stars captain. Andre Ayew says playing in the Gulf doesn't make him less of a great forward, as some pundits have suggested. There's been huge talk about the standard of football and whether playing with the Qatari side Al Sadd suits Andre Ayew's current profile. The records, however, prove Captain Asamoah Gyan tried for the national team by applying his trade in Asia for Al Ain. Now, Andre Ayew says he can't be bothered about such critics. He spoke to my colleague Gary Al-Smith.
He was the one who told me that the league there is not easy at all. It's very hard, and we could see it because...
You mean Asamoah Gyan?
Yeah, Asamoah Gyan, yes. We could see that his moments when he was in Al Ain was when he scored the most goals for the Black Stars. So when you look at all that, I was like, yeah, it's true. So he went there, made a massive impact, not just in the UAE league but in the whole of the Gulf. When you look at his statistics in the Ghana Black Stars, when he came to Al Ain was when he had the most goals for the Ghana Black Stars and broke most of the records in Al Ain. Looking at what he has done, looking at what other players has done, players like Gomis and Brahimi and Buneja and all of them in this league, Sassi for Tunisia. I looked at it and said, no, there is a level there, and if I have the opportunity to take it and be able to be in one of the biggest clubs in the Gulf, I'll take it. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm realizing that things are going on well.
Yeah, he's scoring the goals and doing all he can do for Al Sadd. Looking forward to lead the Black Stars to the World Cup in Qatar. The full interview airs later today on the Joy News channel and on Joy Prime. So check us out for 2 p.m. Gary Al-Smith with that great interview. Let's move away from football. There's more to come though, but now we do boxing. Animado Game Boy Tego has attributed his loss in the bout against Ryan Garcia to an injury on his right hand. Tego was dominated in the ring by the Mexican boxer who knocked down the Ghanaian twice en route to securing a convincing win. The former IBO lightweight champion spoke to my colleague Nathaniel Ato about the struggles in the ring.
The time I enter the ring, if you see my right hand, only I put my right in
the gloves.
But I don't, you see, only like
you can't clench your fist. Wow.
The way I do my left like this.
You can't do the same thing. Because of the pain.
Yeah, because of the pain. This hand.
This finger. Yeah.
Come too closer like this.
Okay.
The way this one. This mine.
The finger.
Yeah. You understand?
Wow.
Now I managed to try my best, but one thing, Ryan Garcia get more advantage past me in the ring.
Right, let's talk about football. And last night, Barcelona fans were not happy. Yeah, they suffered a shock home loss there to relegation-threatened Cadiz to leave leaders Real Madrid closer to clinching the Spanish title. Lost by 1-0, 15 points between themselves and Real Madrid. It's not a good time. The fans staged a bit of a protest after the game. Good time now to hear from the Barcelona boss, Xavi Hernandez.
We're in pain because tonight was a great chance for us to get away from the other teams in the Champions League places and even to fight for the league, for the title. And I'm very disappointed and angry at what happened tonight. I think we're missing faith and desire, and we have to be self-critical. We have to do much more than this, and I think the team was missing something. There's a lot at stake here. This is about classifying for the Champions League next year, and that's why I'm angry. The team had to show more faith, more enthusiasm, more desire, and it's about decision making. I don't think we're in a bad situation.
Let's talk about the English Premier League. We've got a big game tonight. Liverpool-Manchester United clash in a key Northwest Derby fixture at Anfield. Mohamed Salah hat-trick sparked a 5-0 run at Old Trafford in October. That helped end Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign at Old Trafford in the dugout. Well, Liverpool are now looking to complete their first Premier League double over their heated rivals since the 2013-2014 season. Now, let's hear from the managers ahead of this evening's clash then. Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp in a bit, but first, Manchester United interim manager Ralf Rangnick.
I don't think that a club like Manchester United can afford to take that, to take 3 or 4 years in order to achieve that. And I don't think that it is necessary. We spoke about Liverpool earlier on, how long it took for them. So after 2 or 3 transfer windows, if you know what you're looking for, I mean, if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll always be looking for the needle in the haystack. So if you know what kind of football you want to play, what kind of profiles you have for each individual position, then it's about finding them, and not only finding them, but also convincing them to come. And as I said, Liverpool at the time, they finished 8th. I think the year after, they didn't play international football at all.
It's a massive game. 2 biggest clubs in the world, I would say. Maybe in Spain too, will say it's differently, but 2 of the biggest clubs in the world for sure face each other. Massive history around, big fights in the past, big fights since I'm here. We lost strange games against United. Took a while until we could win there. All these kind of things. Always we had to learn to deal with it. Some players had to learn to deal with it because of how much it means to them. But we are okay. That's now the 13th time, and we should have learned meanwhile.
Okay, so Liverpool versus Manchester United. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
Well, same feeling I've always had these days about Manchester United.
Are we to prepare for another wonderful show by Harry Maguire?
Well, Harry Maguire must not play in that
Man
game.
is hitting all the Manchester United players.
Charlie! What do you know what I want to say?
Beating Pogba, beat Ronaldo. He beat by this guy.
Charlie, you see, so this game...
Tackling his players.
This game doesn't need a Harry Maguire.
What is happening?
This game doesn't need a Maguire. It needs
tackling his players and hey, Charlie.
Maguire, there was some.
The last time a Manchester United player was about to score, he just held him and put him down and said, hey, stay, don't score now. Harry Maguire.
Ghana will say that the opposition teams have been doing him juju.
Ghana, you know, captain. The whole world captain, Harry Maguire. Okay, I'm just leaving you, but you know we are building up to the athletics season because the World Athletics Championship is in Oregon later in July. Our athletes are doing very well. But yesterday we saw, Chip also doing so well, the Kenyan, going all the way to win the Boston Marathon.
That's nice.
Boston Marathon is one of the big marathons. She went there and did a fantastic job. There's definitely more. She finished in 2 hours, 21 minutes, 1 second. So there's definitely more to come. That's it for the Joy Sports Center this morning, though.
Thank you very much, George Idol Jr., for joining us with the Sports Center here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Now, join us. Tell us, what thing have you had to travel with? Something maybe embarrassing. You've had people talking about having to go with Kobe and all of that. But in your case, what was it? Join us on Twitter. Use the hashtag JoySMS. Social media.